sentimental way. So stay with me, stay with me. Ask the orchestra to play your favorite song. They're gonna play your favorite song. Okay, Pops.
Jimmy Powers, stay with me, take 36.
I'm in a sentimental way. So stay with me, stay with me. Or ask the orchestra to play your favorite song. They're gonna play your favorite song. And we would like to say, please song. So why no rush to say so? Why no rush to say so? There's no one calling you away. So stay with me, while away the day. To stay with me, even after we must part. I'm in a sentimental way, so stay with me. I'll ask the orchestra to play your
Now you're breathing? People will be here soon. Mrs. Fiddler, it's noon almost.
This group keeps getting better and better.
Give me a clue, I'm only working on 6 at the moment.
City of Angels?
Ha! Better now, sure. You should see the pages before I get them.
Buddy, I've got some thoughts on Laura's first scene. When I walk in to ask Stone for help, I think I should be wearing all white.
Save the suggestions, okay? I get enough of those from the writer. Sunday brunch, I'm not looking for a story conference. New earrings?
Mm-hmm.
You're not wearing them today.
Now I am.
Wrong color for you. They're too big for your head.
Our problems are not dissimilar.
You'll see when somebody gets lox and cream cheese on them.
So somebody will eat me. Is that such a problem?
Not such a problem at all.
Buddy, stay out of the shower.
I think I can find it again. Sing it, Jimmy, sing it!
I know they're sure to stay with me, even after we must
$100,000 bail? Where are you supposed to get that kind of money?
Oh, you wouldn't mind selling your body 100,000 times, would you?
How about just once to a big spender? Who do you figure?
Set me up? You're gonna need to be my legs. I'm checking around.
Starting with the Kingsleys.
They're close.
closer than Denmark, even more rotten. Try the public library at back ends of the Times. Do some trolling, see who we know might know something they figure no one else does.
I knew she was trouble. I just had to take one look at her. One look at you taking one look at her. I should have never let her get past me. I never learned.
I don't seem to either.
That's what it is, I never learned. I think it's time for you to go.
Yeah. Good girl, Uli.
Good girl, Uli. I'm one of a long line of girls who choose the wrong guy to be sweet on. The girl with a face that says welcome, that men can wipe their feet on. I'm there when he calls me the trusted girl Friday, alright. But what good does it do me alone on a Saturday night? If you need a gal to go without salary and work too hard, you can always count on me. The kind of a pal who'd sneak you a file past the prison guard, loyal to the nth degree. Boss is quite the ladies' man, and that's my biggest gripe. Till I showed up, he'd never hired a girl 'cause she could type. I'm no sentimental, but faithful and true as a Saint Bernard, barking up the wrong damn tree. You can always count on me.
How long does things of buddies usually last?
3:30, whichever comes first.
I haven't had a shower. Shave if I can bring myself to look in the mirror.
You always wake up feeling guilty?
I like to get an early start.
The change you made in the O. Henry scene works. It's fine.
If you don't know what was there before, if you don't know I caved in.
Collaborating isn't caving in.
Collaborating is working with the enemy.
You're too tough on yourself.
There are some who are tougher.
You wake up with her no matter who you go to sleep with, don't you?
All she asks is that I can be the best possible me. Keep settling for first draft.
I don't have a problem with that.
Don't make it easy. I need the pay.
It's a big club. I don't need a map, I naturally head for the dead end streets. You can always count on me. I'm caught in a trap when joy is approaching, then I retreat. I'm at home with misery. I've been the other woman since my puberty began. I crashed the junior prom and met the only married man. I'm always on tap for romantic chocolate that's bittersweet. You can always count on me. I go for the riff-raff, treating me so-so. When I can play the second fiddle, I'm a virtuoso. I should be playing for a wedding band, but there are no wedding rings attached. Though you can bet there's strings attached. A matter of fact, if you want to know fate and a love affair, you can always count on me. Though I made a pact to carry out research before I care, then just give a warranty. When Joe was 4, he's single, got me sort of crocked the beast. I woke up only slightly shocked that I defrocked a priest. Or else I attacked the guys who are holding me in my hair.
What's your coming buddy's party?
It's only for the cast. Nobody below the rank of colonel. If you've been to the first, the rest are just remakes of the last. Baby, sweetie, loved you in your last picture. Can't wait for the next. They're better at brunch than they are on screen. For best performance of Husband in the Dark, watch Buddy acting like he doesn't know.
Doesn't know what.
About his wife and Jimmy Powers having the thing of the year, which Buddy set up beautifully without either one of them knowing.
Why do they do a thing like that?
With Buddy, you just gotta wait till the last reel.
Or when I'm serving lives. You gonna be here after?
I've got some errands to run. I'll meet you at your hotel. You've got some more interesting cracks in your ceiling.
his head. But what's invaluable is he's so malleable. And Steiners and Waters and Mozart and Gershwin are dead.
What does everybody want to hear? Just stand it so you can play it. As long as I wrote it.
And you probably wrote it right after somebody played it. There's food over here, there's food over there. There's enough food here to make you sick.
This poppy schmuck is making me nauseous. Somebody ought to set him on fire. I know where he can go, and I would tell him so. Except that the day that I do is the day I retire.
Buddy!
Colin!
Thanks for the O. Henry card, I love him.
No problem, baby. Am I wrong? This guy never gets old. He's got to be drinking monkey glands. Am I right?
The usual crowd. Traveling compliment show. Everyone's thrilled with everyone's successes. Positively orgasmic at anyone's failure. It'd be so thick you could cut it with a knife flush in every other bam. The script's going pretty well. We've made some changes that I sort of like. At any rate, Buddy does, therefore I do. You called the hotel. My hotel? When? 5 minutes ago? Look, hold on, will you? I can explain. She was there to... Gabby? Gab?
You're not murdering the right people, I'll give you that.
Who put up the bail?
Like you don't know.
No one with 100,000 big ones out on me.
Someone rich with no taste is my guess. Stone? Tell me town. You're still my number one suspect.
Your agent can reach you, pal.
Someone has to answer, operator. I was talking to the party just a minute ago. I know they're there. They couldn't just... Never mind. Fine. Thank you.
You suppose Mr. Fiddler's read all these books?
Probably wrote most of them too. Or at least will.
You're Mr. Fiddler's writer.
Found me in a basket on his doorstep.
I'm not interrupting, am I? I read somewhere that writers are always thinking, even when they don't want to.
We live for the interruptions.
I'm Avril Rains.
I don't think I've met a better one.
Avril's French for April.
Wait, just said it.
The only French I know is my name. I'm going to play Mallory Kingsley in the movie.
Why does that not surprise me?
I've read every word of the book, from cover to cover.
It tends to make more sense that way.
I was so shocked when Mallory gets killed. I started crying and I was all alone in bed. Can you believe that? I mean, she was only what at most? 21?
Yeah, well, the good die young, the naughty even younger.
Mr. Fiddler said it was going to be different in the movie. Said Mallory was going to be in it right up to the end.
I'm afraid Mr. Fiddler's wrong.
How can you be? He's the producer-director. It's his movie.
His movie, my script.
I would do anything for Mallory not to die, Mr. Stein. I mean, anything you could possibly think of.
Mr. Stein, I'm Carla Haywood, Buddy's wife. Oh, and please don't tell him I gave him second billing. Scotch and soda, wasn't it?
Thank you.
There's plenty of food out there, Avril.
I was talking to Mr. Stein.
And now it's time to be hungry, dear.
Promise you won't forget, Mr. Stein. Please?
What do you think of your Mallory Kingsley?
Young and ripe.
We're all that for about 30 seconds.
No author ever got angry being quoted to himself.
And what do you think of your Laura Kingsley?
I never thought of her as anyone else.
Wouldn't do much good if you didn't. It's hard to replace someone sleeping with the director. Although, in this director's case, that's a cottage industry. You know, I've been finishing the pages as you wrote them.
Now we're both up to the same place.
Can I be perfectly honest?
And honest to be imperfect.
Making the two there's something off about them. You seem an awful lot hoodie, don't you think?
That's why I've changed it, giving them a different motive.
So how do you mugs figure all this?
Dr. Manjo, he took out some kind of insurance policy with us. He figured, not being too popular with some people, if anyone ever shortened a lot in his life, we must turn around and do exactly likewise. This is what he might call prepaid hit, right, Sonny?
Huh. Want to prove there was death after life, did he?
Right, his, hers. You're almost done, son?
Here we go. First time the phone rings, the cap gets snapped. Second ring, the fuse is exposed. Third ring, it ignites and you and this whole warehouse are sent flying over the Rockies.
How about we go downtown and make a call?
Yeah, Mr. Stone would probably like that, being here on his own and all.
So long, Mr. Stone.
Have a nice flight.
They leave you all alone?
With just the ticking.
Come on, come on! Sorry, just heading out.
I love it.
There's a capper.
So that's how we got the phone.
Right. Who knows to call us here?
Oh
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Stone's next stop's the Laura's.
Next stop, Alora's.
Excuse me.
I'm in a sentimental way. So stay with me, stay with me. Ask the orchestra to play your favorite song. They're gonna play your favorite song.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then he wrote.
I love your earrings.
Thank you.
Did he ask where you got them?
I took his mind off the subject.
Oh, a perfect meeting of words and music. Jimmy Powers, Mr. Stein.
I'm a fan, sir. You're a master wordsmith.
Isn't he ever just? Time for seconds, dear. Don't move. I'll get you boys some goodies.
Stein, you gotta hear this.
Tell her removed.
Okay, play it for him. Listen to this melody. You'll think your ears are getting laid. Well, it's not ready yet. I haven't written the release. I told you how it should go. You know. Like that. I know, I love it. I'm just not sure it works. You gotta question me about music. You know how much I gave to charity last year? Wait, okay, wait. They're balls, tops and bottoms. What's that? His teeth.
tell you something about $100, Mrs. Kingsley. $100 can buy a lot in this markdown world. What it can't buy is someone threatening to lift my shield for not taking a case I wouldn't touch with ice tongs. And it sure as hell doesn't buy framing rights for a murder, or my being sprung by 2 waves hot and making me a stiff for killing a man I barely laid eyes on, let alone a glove. What's it about, Mrs. Kingsley? And let's have the truth. First time round.
It's Peter, my stepson. Oh, he only has one goal in life, to inherit Luther's money when he dies.
Yes, share, wouldn't he?
He wants it all, every last bit. All it took was him seeing Manager getting closer to my husband. It was him and Mallory who cooked up the scheme about her disappearing, who stole your gun and took pictures of you when you were together.
You knew the whole plan?
Peter boasted about it to me later. When I first came to see you, I really thought she was missing, just as I believe she is now, or worse.
You're saying he's bumped her off too?
If he hasn't, he will. And when she's done for, I'm the last person in the world standing between him and the money. I'm scared, Stone. So scared.
Where is he now?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't. Ever since we first laid eyes on each other, I've felt this close to you without even touching.
Yeah, strange when I feel Why me? Of all the poor suckers who could have taken the rap, why me?
Find Peter and you'll know.
Any idea where?
There's a special place he goes, far more than any other. I'll tell you, but just promise me that you'll do one thing when you find him. Shoot first.
Yeah, what about it?
Listen, babe, this is something you ask, you don't tell. Because I guarantee you if you did, I would tell you you got no business asking. Writers don't go away while they're working. You don't leave in the middle of a weekend.
Oh my god, it is a weekend. I should be able to leave.
Never mind, it's a weekend. Sweetheart, you gotta put your personal life in the back seat in this business. You think I like being chained to my desk 24 hours a minute? Seeing my own wife once every blue moon?
I'm gonna miss my flight.
Stein! I'm warning you in one word. Don't leave town. You make me unhappy, you're gonna find out I can return the compliment. Stein! Stein! God damn it! Writers! What was that?
So we'll talk to each other from the same town now. Is that how it works?
I wouldn't count on it.
Long distance is a lot cheaper than plane tickets to New York, you know.
All depends how much you want to spend on silence, I guess.
Can we talk about my letter?
Yoletta.
What do you think?
My professional opinion?
Gabby, we're not talking about fiction right now.
You could have fooled me. God knows you're fooling yourself. You think writing Stone as a hero allows you to act anything but one? If you want to write Hollywood endings, what about one for us? Where you start acting like he does, and he starts writing like you do. Okay, don't answer my calls. If you don't want to listen, then read. 1. Donna was obviously in my hotel room on Sunday when you phoned. 2. Just remember, no matter how incensed you were by one, I wasn't there with her. 3. Let me explain. Oh, I do love an apology by the numbers.
It's not an apology, it's an explanation.
Trying to finish a new scene in time to bring to Buddy's brunch. Naturally, my typewriter picked that moment to start acting like a portable prima donna and audible.
prima donna, since the P was just one of several keys that had decided to join the staff of the dead letter office. Halfway out of the lobby, I bumped into Donna. Halfway in, being dispatched by Buddy to make sure the new pages got done. Otherwise, she could have gone into my room where, using her own, far more reliable chrono to type up my notes when you phoned while I was on my way to Buddy's, never thinking that her presence, despite my absence, would bring so needless, such easily avoided pain. That's it? That's the explanation?
That's it.
Huh. No lack of alibis. Your knack for the spectacular is still intact. I like the tone of it. It rings sincere and pretty near succeeds. It's just the narrative is like a civic cloudy as a cataract. There's not a trace of honesty, so face the fact. It needs work. You dodge the emotion, dear. Your logic's unconvincing as it strains to please. Unlike the books you write, this plot is quite contrived the way it reads. It's far too obvious and filled with flaws and gross implausibilities, excepting for the part of the world that keeps. It needs work. Your fictional inks had a little grit in it, a little heart in it, a little wit in it. rather not talk.
Nothing you'd want to hear, Bobby.
Why'd I know this happened sooner or later?
Haven't I always been the answer to all your bad dreams?
How'd you find me?
Easiest way, by not looking.
Never figured you for a place like this.
Still able to read my mind.
I'll get you someone else.
Stay, you're paid for.
Beatings cost extra.
Tell me about Peter.
I know a few.
Try Kingsley.
Peter Kingsley?
You know a few of those too?
What makes you think I know him at all?
Mostly the way you're pretending you don't.
Is he in trouble?
If I've got anything to say about it.
He's not a bad guy.
Oh, you would know. He's here a lot.
More like sometimes.
Like his car could drive here by itself. That kind of sometimes. Not exactly the movies, is it?
We do our fair share of acting.
With him too? With Kingsley? And what's your role, huh? Little girl lost? Oh, what's a nice girl like you doing here? Is that the routine? Oh, what is a nice girl like you doing here? Etc.
There was no way back for us after. There was no way forward for me.
Did you tell him about us?
Oh.
If this was a screen test, you'd flunk it.
I thought finally talking about it would make things go away. It only keeps things alive.
You told Kingsley everything. We had a deal.
I didn't tell him I pulled the trigger. I told him the official version. I passed out when you broke into the dressing room. When I came to, you were standing over Irving's body, gun in hand, as if repeating a lie over and over somehow makes it the truth. I could have stayed if you hadn't forgiven me. It was too much having you take all the punishment.
Looks to me we're about even. Bobby.
Please.
I try to tell myself to let the memory of you die slow by letting time be my friend, by letting go of what was, the pain would end. It never does. That dreams come true. And I pray
Forever from the
Bobby,
start,
go
and I've been drifting since you've gone.
How much must I take?
Out on a way that only you can chart. I've been going on, knowing that my heart will
down with each and every breath.
with every breath
Drexel. West Virginia. Drexel.
Spelled the way it sounds. D-R-E.
X-E-L. Right. Drexel.
Got it. And he managed to contact Peter.
Yeah, he's on his way.
Have I ever told you that I love him?
Too many times to mean it. Be careful. Be careful.
me wipe that tear. We all miss poor Dr. Mandrel dearly. Mr. Stone. Good evening.
The condemned man slurped a hearty meal. It'd make a lovely picture. Considering his chances with you around, you have to use very fast film.
Mr. Stone is a rather desperate man, darling. He's wanted by many people, even for murder.
Which explains the look of these wild, bloodshot, private eyes. The name William Lloyd Drexel mean anything to you, Mr. Kingsley? West Virginia family. Mr. Drexel was in coal. Well, not personally, of course. He had a bunch of strong, dirty men bringing it out of the ground for him.
Open wider, darling.
Like you, Mr. Drexel had a foot, maybe a foot and a half in the grave, especially after his wife promoted herself from his private nurse to his future widow. But before he was shoveled to the same ground that all his millions were shoveled out of, his children threw a little going-away autopsy. And after they found a long, toxic buildup in the smorgasbord that used to be their father, they threatened murder charges, forcing the bereaving stepmother to give up her half of the inheritance. You weren't going to make the same mistake as Mrs. Kingsley, as you did Mrs. Drexel now, were you?
Not if I could help it, Mr. Stone.
This time, she was going to make sure there were no other survivors. But before she could take care of Peter and Mallory, there was the matter of Dr. Mandrel, who's beginning to crave more and more for your wealth, and getting more and more anxious to cash in those looks that your wife had been giving him that were hot enough to melt your tires. How am I doing so far?
Very good, Mr. Stone. Very good indeed.
She then arranged for Peter to kill Mandrel and set me up as a fall guy, knowing the police would readily accept me as a murder suspect. But how are you going to do it? Were you going to arrange for this thing to have a head-on collision with a streetcar, or were you just going to unplug your married appliance here?
No, Mr. Stone. You unhooked my dear old husband here, and if I wasn't so busy shooting you in self-defense, I might have had time to plug him back in again.
And my motive?
You knew that when my husband here found out that you had killed Mandrel and that you were having an affair with Mallory, that he would have put you in the gas chamber for weeks on end. Is that right, Luther?
So you're going to take care of him before Peter and Mallory are safely out of the way?
By now, Peter will be heading to the beach house to meet me. Oh, quite grand, Mr. Stone. You've never seen it. The old swimming hole, as my husband calls the Pacific. You take a road down Kingsley Canyon. Oh, the road that is meant to twist and twist so you can unwind on the way down. Not too much so. Each side drops off about 100 feet. When Peter's brakes, or what he thinks are his brakes, give out, he won't make it past the first turn. Which would have been just moments ago. Now, if you'll unplug my husband here, I think it's time he turned in.
Oh, you don't want the honors?
I'll forego the pleasure for your fingerprints. Now, Mr. Stone. I know you must think harshly of me, Luther. Mr. Stone. No, Stone. Please, Stone. Peter! He was trying to kill Luther.
Same way he killed Mandrel.
Oh, I wasn't the only one set up, was I, kid?
She did it. I didn't have the courage, thank God.
Oh, I do love a coward with pride.
Any more than I could do what she had in mind for Mallory. Did you know what Alora had in mind for my father when you had your secretary tell me to meet you here?
I knew if I had everybody meet in the same place, somebody's tongue would come off its roller. Now about disconnecting Mr. Kingsley.
Stone. No, we could do it together. The both of us. First him and then them. You don't know how much there is. We deserved it all, every last bit. We've both gotten rotten deals out of life. All Peter had to do was tell me about you and that singer to know that you took the blame for her.
Believe what you want. Your past and mine don't add up to the same future.
Don't make me use this.
That was the last thing I had in mind.
Stone, don't!
Somebody figures tonight. Somebody.
You can count it one of your better days if that someone doesn't turn out to be you.
You can count it one of your better days if that someone doesn't turn out to be you. Where is he?
On the set. Production meeting.
So much to do before he shoots a movie. Redesigning all the set designers' sets, personally biting off all the loose threads on all the costumes, inventing the camera. I bet it kills him when the picture opens and he doesn't get to butter the popcorn. 3 shots rang out. It only took a second, but in that lifetime, Stone learned that 3 can in fact go into 2. What was wrong with that? Why did he change it?
He felt to telegraph the Lord of the shot, as well as Stone.
If he wanted something else for a better reason than simply wanting something else, I could have given him something else, and a hell of a lot better than this. Why did he have to do it while I was in New York?
It was a tough weekend for everyone, wasn't it?
What was the rush to have the scene finished? It's the last one in the picture.
He's gonna shoot it first. It helps the budget.
You can't shoot this. It's full of holes. Christ, he's got Mallory in it. I'd written an earlier scene where I had her killed. I got Mallory dead and he bounces her back to life. Vice versa, I'm sure. Does he even realize how many changes these changes require? Is it possible that someone could write without knowing how to read? Wild, bloodshot, private eyes? That's atrocious. Am I supposed to run up and down the aisles of every movie house in the country, say that I didn't write this?
I thought it was clever, to be honest.
It's yours. It's your line.
I tried to make it sound like you.
Doesn't rub off. Sometimes not even on me.
I was covering for you. He'd have made it a lot worse if I hadn't helped.
Helped? You need a divining rod to find the word grateful in me. Jesus! Where the hell is everybody when they first deliver the typing paper? Where are all the helpers when those boxes full of silence come in? Blank. Both sides. No clue, no instructions enclosed on how to take just 26 letters and endlessly rearrange them to turn them into a mirror of a part of our lives. Try it sometime. Try doing what I do before I do it.
You don't mind including her in your work?
Her involvement's into getting me to the best possible me, not trying to be me herself. What's left? Any more surprises? Any more little changes? Stone's gonna be played by Betty Hutton?
I'll tell you when it's soon.
Do it in your own words. I'm sure it'll sound just like me, maybe better. Donna, I thought we meant something to each other.
Funny. I never got that impression.
Funny how I fell asleep with a little bedtime tale was funny. I could cry to think of all the irony I've missed. What an unusual twist right at the end of it. Funny, how could this pathetic scene be so funny? What's a strange grain of humor underneath? Life done crosses with style, forcing you into a smile, so it can kick you in the teeth. Just deserve and all laugh till it hurts. At my expense, I'm accustomed to working on spec. I always pick up the check. I think
you, Jack.
Okay, that's good. It's okay for you, buddy?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, put a silk in that bill and bring it down.
Bring it down, Bill.
More.
Yeah, okay. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, chair, wheelchair. Oh, okay. Careful, careful. This thing has got to be spotless. The audience should want to drive it home. What's wrong with this thing? What's going on? Here, okay. You got a minute? For you, a minute 20. Mark down from an hour 98. Just give me a second. Okay. You put that in the set. Oh, it's looking much better now, Jack. Yeah, get a Mickey over there, Bill. Oh, what is this shit? Donna, don't just sit there helping. Do something. You haven't even started shooting, and already you're reviewing it?
Screenplay by the both of us?
Take it easy. We wrote this? With your name on top? Oh, haha, studio policy. They automatically put my name on everything. We'll fix it.
Why don't I believe you?
Why? Because you're honest. Because you know in your heart of hearts that I was with you page for page. You know my name belongs there on top, underneath, wherever. Stein! Let's not spoil the first day. It's a wonderful script. Who cares who wrote what? Together, we made a beautiful child. We'll let the lawyers work everything out. What's that? Is that Luther soup? Let me check it. Good morning again, Mr. Fiddler. Need salt.
Yes, sir.
6 o'clock, my sauna.
Hi,
Abra. French for April.
we couldn't thank you enough for keeping Mallory alive. We both prayed so hard you would.
Yeah.
What?
Look it up. Hey, Warner, get over here. Try this out.
Looks awfully small and tight.
Ha! Said the sailor to the girl. Jane, can we get started while I'm still in the business? I could have shot a double feature by now.
2 minutes? 2 minutes, sir.
Buddy.
Too black. Oh, come here, beautiful. Don't touch my hair. Stein, is this her? Is this a Laura Kingsley down to the ground?
Your perfection. For a start.
Don't you wish you'd said that?
It's only a matter of time.
Don't let anybody touch that. I'm short 1 star, somebody. Carlita.
Ew. I think you see the creeps.
It's an actor's dream. This bum's gonna get paid to look at himself in the mirror all day. Hop in, lover. It's post time.
I hate this.
I'll slip in somebody nice at lunch. No, wait, hold it. Tuck your shirt in.
For God's sake, buddy, nobody will notice I'm in here.
I'll know. I have to believe who's in there when you're in there. A Luther Kingsley would never play tennis with his shirt hanging out, no matter how paralyzed he was.
Better.
Too white. Colin?
Buddy!
Oh, you don't work today, do you?
I just came to give you a good luck kicking.
The man's beautiful, even when he doesn't have to be.
Good luck today, kid. What time do I get to see you?
6:15.
Okay, can we for God's sake start? Jane, Donna, can somebody please tell me why I'm missing my private eye? Jimbo!
Jimmy Powers?
What do you think?
Perfection, and that's just for starters.
Oh, I'm shaking like a leaf.
You're gonna be terrific. Even better, you're gonna be good. Settle down.
Okay.
Just right. Here.
What is this, a joke? Who the hell's gonna take me or you seriously again? A crooner? A tenor I wouldn't give you 2 5s for? Guess I couldn't get Betty Hutton, huh? Ready when you are, Mr. Fiddler.
Okay, let's make a movie.
Let's make a movie. He's never at hit parade. His records don't sit in stores a minute. That's why Buddy doesn't care what Powers is doing to his wife. Arrange for him to do what he's doing to her. And less than she cares what he's doing to Avril, which, lest we forget, is what you was doing to Donna till she turned around and did to you. Flying off the set, please.
Okay, let's try this one, shall we? Give me tempo, give me energy. G.
Roll 'em.
Speed. City of Angels, scene 93, take 1.
Now, please be wonderful, everybody. And action.
Open wider, darling. Aw, let me wipe that tear. We all miss poor Dr. Mandrill dearly, don't we, my love? Mr. Stone, good evening.
The condemned man slurped a hearty meal.
Oh, God, ever had anybody puke inside your head?
It'd make a lovely picture. Considering his chances with you around, you'd have to use very fast film.
Mr. Stone is a rather desperate man, darling. He's wanted for many, many people. He's even wanted for murder.
It explains the look in those wild, bloodshot private eyes.
Cut! Who said that? Are you crazy? Nobody says cut on the soundstage but me. If the building's on fire and everybody inside's drowning, nobody says cut but the director. It's the 11th goddamn commandment. It's an unwritten law. And letter 20 speed time.
Cut.
What are you looking to try to get thrown off the set? Is that what you want? Is this some sort of New York snot-nose revenge? What's this?
My pencil. So you don't have to envy it anymore.
Oh, I like that. Remember it.
G!
The cops?
Get the cops.
Get the cops.
Real cops are ours, no! I want you out of here. Out of this building, out of this town, out of this business!
John, I accept. You're all witnesses. Got an ironclad, unbreakable, never again, no more picture deal. It's all yours, in every sense. I got a day with a box of beautiful blank paper. It's time to get back to the reality of fiction.
Him!
Me?
Oh, they're not so tough. Just drop a gun. It's up your mind. Start using it.